What up, guys? Dark Angel again. So, this one that I'm going to do is just a little short read. This is actually from the Transportation Research Board on the right to travel, a fundamental right of the citizen, of citizenship. Okay? The right to travel within the United States is a fundamental right existing before the creation of the United States and appearing in the Articles of Confederation. The right to travel is recognized and protected by the U.S. Constitution and the Supreme Court. Note there, it did not say that it was in the Constitution. It specifically said that it is recognized by the Constitution, but it is actually written in the Articles of Confederation. Okay? The right to travel is recognized and protected by the U.S. Constitution as well as the Supreme Court. This travel right entails privacy, leaving citizens free to travel interstate without government interference and intrusion. In the post-hijacking surveillance society, the imposition of official photo identification for travel, watch lists, pre-screening programs, and airport screening and search methods unreasonably burden the right to travel. They undermine citizens' rights to travel and privacy. These regulations impermissibly require citizens to relinquish one fundamental right of privacy in order to exercise another fundamental right of travel. The original conception of travel rights embodies the right as a broadly based one that encompasses all modes of transportation. Its explicit articulation in the Articles of Confederation remains implicit in the Privileges and Immunities Clause of the United States Constitution. Contrary to arguments in the appellant's single mode doctrine, if any mode of travel is abridged, then citizens' constitutionally enshrined right to travel is violated. The Supreme Court needs to articulate an originally consistent and politically robust doctrine of the multimodal model right to travel. And you can actually find more on that if you go to that link right there where it says worldcat.org. This is all your, congressional libraries, law libraries, etc., etc. Okay, so Journal of Transportation Law, Logistics and Policy, Volume 80, Issue Number 1. Transportation Law, Logistics and Policy, Air Travel, Interstate Transportation, Legal Rights, Passenger Handling, Privacy, Travel modes, graphic terms, it's United States, Aviation Law, Passenger Transportation, Economics and Administration. Okay, so with that being said, we all know about the single mode doctrine that came out a while back. And that is what a lot of the trolls, haters, traitors, and tyrants are actually trying to assert as one of the reasons why the right to travel is not legal. But what they fail to understand is any infringement upon one's right to travel, period, pursuant to that of the Articles of the Confederation, the right to ingress, egress freely, is a violation of constitutional rights. So with that being said, I'm hoping that you guys liking these videos. I noticed that one of my subscribers unscribed, but that's okay. It probably was too much for him to handle. or them to handle, and they couldn't handle it, so they decided to go on and get off the channel. Like I said, people, if you subscribe to my channel, awesome. If you don't, awesome. You know, I could care less one way or the other. I'm about putting the truth out there and letting people know what the truth is. Now, I've posted too many videos, too much information, solid, factual information. Okay? Now, and here's the thing. I'm not a lawyer, but I am a certified paralegal. So that should tell you something. Yeah, I know a little bit more than what the lawyers do. I'm the one that actually sits down, reads the laws, asserts the law, and applies the law in briefs. And that actually was jugging at you, Fiddletown 2002, because apparently you seem to be somewhat of an intelligent human being, but you're not an articulate human being. You don't know how to place case law into a case and use the power of the case to articulate your argument. So, with that being said, you know, keep trying, Fiddletown 2002. And the next time you want to address some issues, make sure that you're using Supreme Court cases from the United States Supreme Court and not state Supreme Court cases. Okay? The Supreme Court in Idaho does not affect the rulings in Washington. The Supreme Court in Ohio does not affect the rulings in California. Do you get it now? Each state's Supreme Court is a representative within itself. If it didn't come from the United States Supreme Court, which the rulings, as you saw right here in this reading, the right to travel is recognized and protected by the U.S. Constitution and the Supreme Court. Okay? And, as I mentioned earlier in another video, Justice Kavanaugh just validated that the right to travel is a fundamental right. And yeah, I know you're going to say, well, that case had nothing to do with the right to travel. It has a right to travel for women going into other states and getting abortions. Correct. You are right. However, what applies to one applies to all under the Equal Protection of the Law Act. Keep that in mind, bud, because that's how that's going to play out. You can't say that it's okay for a woman to travel to go get an abortion and tell a man who's just traveling for pleasure that he can't travel. You can't apply a right and make it a right and then for others make it a privilege. No man has that authority to do that in the first place. Rights aren't given by man to man. Rights were given from the Creator to man. Keep that in mind. That's the reason why the term inherent rights, inalienable, unalienable rights cannot be infringed upon as handed down by the Supreme Court, United States Supreme Court. So just thought I'd get that out there, and I hope you guys are enjoying this information. You know, like I said, leave some comments down below. You know, if you're haters, traitors, and trolls, go ahead. Give it your best shot. I have plenty of information. I got plenty of validation for you. You know, so anyway, yeah, I wanted to get this video out. I wanted to make it short, sweet, simple, to the point, and I'm going to be going on. So this is the Dark Angel. Hey, safe travels, everybody. Love y'all. Deuces.